coloring friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Amy with Amy Katz Colors, and I'm happy to have you here. If you are new here, welcome. I love to color, and I've been around on YouTube and on Instagram for a little while, sharing some coloring stuff in the community, which can include completed pages, flip throughs, hauls, color and chat, just a variety. I kind of like a variety, and I also enjoy like a variety of different types of coloring and coloring books and mediums. If you are returning, thank you for returning to the channel. I don't say it often enough, but I really do appreciate you and your support, and I can never say enough about that. So I really do. I thank you all. This is the season of thankfulness, correct? We're the month of Thanksgiving here in the United States. So thank you very much. Do you know what song just popped in my head? Thank you. I'm thinking Moana. You're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna break out in a song, y'all. I need to stop. I did that earlier today. I do that a lot, actually, because I'm pretty... Anyway, before I digress, let me stop myself. In today's video, I don't know how this is going to go over, but I was like, I want to like explain this whole concept that I do sometimes of a no plan or loose plan coloring month. And I know we're already halfway through the month of November, but I thought it would still be a good topic, and it might be helpful for you all who are coloring, whether you're on social media or not, like sharing your stuff, to just like think about. For me as a colorist, I like some structure, but then other times I don't. I want to say currently I'm about like 50-50. Like sometimes I like to have some plans, but then other times I get a lot of joy out of just coming home or starting my day or whatever day of the week it is and being like, hey, what do I feel like coloring? Oh, haven't colored in this in a while. Oh, I haven't done this, and maybe I'll do this. Maybe I want to grab this medium. And I like the freedom of that, to be quite honest. The reason why this occurred to me now is because that's kind of how my month of November is going, or is going to go, especially since October I did have a lot of structure. And so I would really recommend this for people who maybe sometimes struggle or get frustrated, or maybe are not exactly sure, or maybe you just need to hear someone else say it. Like, it's okay. You know, you do you. Some people like a ton of structure all the time, like, and are very planned and have a lot of, have the planners and whatnot. And then some folks are very much unstructured, right? And have no plans. So anyway, this could just be a really dumb video. I kept thinking about it over and over, and I was like, well, let me try to explain what I do. So that all being said, I'm going to try to explain my crazy self when I'm talking about here is the no plan or loose plan coloring month and what I mean by that. So, if you are still even watching, thank you very much. So I'm trying. All right. So for the month of November, here is an example. I have a few buddy colors planned, which I'm the type that I don't mind having buddy colors. I enjoy, coloring with friends. I think it's a lot of fun. I like seeing the results. It helps motivate me. Oftentimes it helps motivate me to color in things that I might not always color in. So I have some buddy colors. I have a couple projects, a couple groups. I color with my daughter in a book. For those of you who have been following me, you know that we color in Tiny Cats from Coco Wyo. I also am a seasonal colorist, so I like to color in things that I'm vibing with for that season. So I've brought you in here before, and this is kind of like where I film. You can see that I'm currently working on a page, in Vitro Tomb 2, which is from, as everyone has been pointing out, and I didn't pay attention to, Hatchet Little Heroes. This is the French book that I have been buying from Lyrica, but you can also get them from other places. There's a group now of us on Instagram working on these books, and we are doing this one for November, along with doing some Alice in Wonderland. This one was, I did like a random number generator, and that's where we got that one. But I have on my desk here, this is where we color, my daughter and I, we color, a lot of times we color in here. I'll also color in my, my craft room / office area, whatever you want to call it. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I was trying to say there. But anyway, for this desk, which I know it looks like super messy in here, we've turned our dining room, which we don't use a whole lot of anyway, into our pretty much another craft room. We've got, some craft stuff in here. But I have this basket on the table. My daughter kind of has her area too. And I put books in here that I reach for often, or like I know I might color in for the month. It's overflowing. I have some stuff over here. I have this kind of like a couple book holders here from Dollar Tree. But I like putting stuff here. The other thing that I'll do is, so here's my crafty room. I will pull out, so here's where a good number of my books are, where a lot of my books live. I will pull out books that I might be interested in or could be relevant for the month, or some of my project books, and I'll just put them, I've been recently, just because I don't have any better idea, is I pull them out from here and put them on top of my typewriter. So like, for example, I've got some Christmas ones I've already started. I just pull and have them just so I don't forget, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing here. But yeah, I have, and then I have some books out on my desk. But this all just to say that I might have a couple projects or buddies, but at the same time, I like try to keep it open mind about what it is I might want to color for the month. So other than the commitments, the few commitments that I have, what my approach is for the rest of the month is just like pretty loose. Like, hey, what do I feel like coloring in? Or what have I neglected? Or what do I feel inspired to color in? The other reason why I wanted to bring this up was just to give you a few tips on this. So if I'm without a plan, or, I'm open to what I might get to color that day or whatever, there are a few accounts on Instagram, and I'm going to pop them up with a little screenshot, that I like to follow. Passionista Color. Wait. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. Hold on. No, I'm right. Passionista Colorista. Isabel on Instagram is an account that I follow. She takes all of everyone's monthly or, whatever annual or ongoing challenges and hashtags in the coloring community, and will post them for either at the end of the month or beginning of the month, so that you can have some inspiration. And for that, I mean, like, let's say, oh, I kind of want to color in one of these books, a color by number, or I want to color in like a Joanna Basford or Hannah Carlson, but I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. Well, you can go and look and see what's going on for the month, and like maybe there's a color palette challenge someone's doing, or maybe it's a scavenger hunt that someone's hosting, or a bingo that is going on. And then you can say, oh, I was wanting to color in this. That's a good idea. I can use, like, I can find this object, or I could do this theme, or I can do, this scavenger hunt. And so that, to me, if you weren't aware, I mean, that's a good way of kind of like guiding you. Sometimes I know I want to color something or a particular book, but I don't know what colors. And I will tell you, I gravitate towards doing some of the color palette challenges, because I'm like, okay, that helps at least like give me enough of that like structure that I can kind of go in and not have to have total like creative freedom if I need a little help. So that is something that I would suggest doing if you weren't into that already. So like in the month of November, there are some lovely colorists that are hosting like Alice in Wonderland for the month of November. And there's all of those things for that. There's challenges and freebies from artists and illustrators. There's color palettes that they're all doing. So go and check that out as an example. I think most everyone that has been pretty active either on Instagram, YouTube, or both. It's probably aware of that one. It's a pretty big one. Just like we had Space Timber in September. So it's a good way of getting some ideas or inspiration for your coloring. So I would definitely check that out and recommend doing some looking around at that if you need some help. Other than that, I don't know that I have anything else specific to update you guys on for the day. I haven't been, or for the week, I haven't been coloring as much for the past couple weeks. I think I truly needed to take a break and have a little less structure and just focus on some other things that are going on in my life. So I've got this one started and I've done another quick and easy, but I'm glad to, have some time to kind of breathe a little bit, catch up on a couple of my other projects, and do the buddy colors that I have committed to, and I'm thankful for that. But it'll be fun to also just like get back into coloring something randomly, because I do enjoy that. And I think if you ever get overwhelmed with things, like you consider like taking a step back and just kind of letting it come a little more organically with a little less structure. And for me, it's like maybe every other month I might need a break or to step back and do some different things. So anyway, this is going to be really interesting to see who actually watches this or gets anything out of it. It was in and of itself is a pretty loose idea, but I just kept thinking, like this week and last week, I was like, how can I convey this whole concept of having like a no plan or loose plan? Because I think it stemmed from whether or not I was going to do a coloring plans video and what I was going to show, and then not getting around to doing that, and then being like, well, I don't have a ton of plans this month, and maybe I should talk about that because that's okay. And maybe people should find some comfort in that. And what does that look like? And how do you manage that? It's silly in some ways it seems like silly. But in other ways I was like, I don't know, maybe this could be a good topic of conversation. We'll see. But that's all I've got. It was kind of a quick one comparatively to some of the other stuff that I've put out there. But let me know if this was like an interesting thing to talk about, and if it was helpful at all for you, or I should just go back to doing something else. But I hope everybody's enjoying their coloring this month, and I hope that you check out, if you haven't, I should say this. I don't often say this either, but if you are new or if you have been following me for a while, maybe you haven't checked out all of the things in my on my channel. Like, I do try to group all my videos, like tag them in certain collections. Isn't that what that's called? But I do have quite a few different things that are out there on the channel. So if you ever get bored and want to go with some of my backlog of that's not what I'm saying, archive of like other videos, I do have quite a good variety of different things that I've done over the past year and a half that I've been on YouTube. But anyway, thank you, lovely friends, and I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye bye.